Good morning. I am Dr. Senthilkumar, Associate Professor in the Department of Agricultural Engineering, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. I welcome you all for this lecture series on the course Farm Mechanisation. And this video is on the sixth video topic, tillage, objectives, methods and the terminologies which is used in case of tillage operations. And to say about the basic definition of tillage, it is a mechanical manipulation of soil to provide favorable conditions for crop production. It breaks the compact surface of earth to certain depth and loosens the soil mass so that roots of crop penetrate to spread into the soil. These includes plowing, harrowing, mechanical destruction of weeds and breaking of soil crust. Soil crust after sowing, if it rains, the top layer of soil becomes so hard that seed is unable to germinate. So this strong or hard topsoil is called the soil crust. And to say about the objectives of tillage, what for we are doing this tillage operation means to allow deep seed bed suitable for different types of crops. A granular structure is desirable to allow rapid infiltration and good retention of rainfall, to provide adequate or capacity or exchange within the soil, to control weeds or to remove unwanted crop plants, to manage plant residues through mixing of trash with air turns and fertility of soil, while retention of trash on surface reduces erosions. To minimize soil erosion by following such practices on contour tillage, listing and proper placement of trash, to establish specific surface configurations of planting, irrigating, draining, harvesting operations, etc., to incorporate and mix fertilizers and pesticides or soil amendments into the soil, to accomplish segregation. This may involve moving the soil from one layer to another layer, removal of rocks and other foreign objects, or root harvestings, etc. And to say about the classification of tillage, it can be broadly classified as primary tillage and secondary tillage. So primary tillage is mandatory in case of all before sowing, while secondary tillage will be used depending upon the condition of the soil. So primary tillage, the operation performed to open up any cultivable land and to view to prepare a seedbed for growing crops is termed as primary tillage. It is normally designed to reduce the soil strength, cover plant materials and rearrange the aggregates. The various equipment used for primary tillage are moldboard plow, disc plow, heavy disc harrow, chisel plow, rotavators, etc. And to say about the secondary tillage, lighter and finer operations performed in soil after primary tillage or termed as secondary tillage. These operations are generally performed on surface soil. Very little invention and shifting of soil takes place, and consequently less power requirement per unit area will be consumed for this secondary tillage. Implements of disc and other harrows, cultivators, sweeps as well as the tillers will be used as the equipments for this secondary tillage. And to say about the types of tillage, apart from these two major primary and secondary tillage operations, we often do tillage in some other ways also. These different types of tillages are discussed as follow. To say about the minimum tillage, minimum soil manipulation necessary to meet tillage requirement for crop production. The major objectives are to reduce the mechanical energy and labor requirement, to conserve moisture and to reduce the soil erosion, to perform only the operations necessary to optimize the soil conditions, to minimize the number of trips over field, to minimize disadvantages when surface plants residues are involved, insects are increased, and effective chemical weed control is essential. To say about the no tillage, it in a single operation, sowing is done without tilling it at all. This is applied where moisture conservation is required. These are suitable in the areas where heavy rainfall is there. So heavy rainfall is there, we will go for no tillage. And strip tillage system in which only isolated bands of soils are tilted, not all categories. And to safety rotary tillage operations employable rotary action to cut, break and mix the soil. Rotary tillers are generally used. These tillers have low or negative draft requirement but total power requirement are high and pulverization may be excessive. And to save this stubble mulch tillage, it involves the cutting of roots of weeds, other plants and leaving the crop residue on the surface, or mixing the top few centimeters of soil. This is done to reduce wind and water erosion and conserve water by reducing runoff, mostly used in semi and arid zone areas. Special blade type subsoil tillers, V-shaped sweeps have been cutting width of 0.6 to 2.4 meters. Straight blades, vertical disc plows, disc harrows, rotary hose, chisel plows, cultivators are generally used. To say about the combined tillage operations, simultaneously utilizing two or more different types of tillage tools or implements to simplify, control or reduce the number of operations over a field are called as combined tillage. And to say about the field coverage methods, plowing is the primary tillage operation which is performed to cut, break and invert the soil partially or completely. In case of normal plowing, it's a plowing up to a depth of about 15 centimeter. Contour plowing is a method of plowing in which soil is broken and turned along its contour. And to save the land plowing, by plowing the land separates top layer soils into furrow slice. The furrows are turned sideways and inverted to a varying degree depending upon the type of plow being used. It is the primary tillage operation which is performed to shatter soil uniformly with partial or complete soil inversions. There are few important terms frequently used in connection with plowing of lands. So to say about the furrow, it is an open trench formed by implement in the soil during the field operation. Back furrow, it refers to a raised ridge left at the center of the strip of the land when plowing is total from center to side. When the plowing is total in the middle of the field, furrow slice is collected across the field, and while returning trip, another furrow slice is lapped over the first furrow itself. This is raised ridge which is known as the back furrow. And to say about the dead furrow, an open trench left in between two adjacent strips of land after finishing the plowing is called dead furrow. Or when two open furrows come together as you finish working a piece of land, that double furrows is known as dead furrow. To say about this furrow slice, it is a mass of soil cut, lifted and thrown to one side. And to say about the furrow wall, it is undisturbed soil surface by the side of the furrow. And to say about the crown, top portion of the turned furrow slice. Headland, while plowing with a tractor, a strip of unplowed land is left at each end of the field for tractor to turn. It is twice the width of the implement. At the end of each trip, the plow is lifted until the tractor and the plow have turned and are in the position to start the return trip. The headland is about 6 meters for 2 or 3 bottom tractor plow and 1 meter more for additional bottom. So here are the images which shows the plow furrows. You can see this, as well as the methods of plowing images also given in here over here. And to say about the methods of plowing, in order to further provide furrows at all times on the right hand side of the plow, two methods of working are used. One is the gathering, another one is the casting. To say about gathering, whenever a plow works around a strip of plowed lands, it is called gathering. You can see in the diagram. And to say about casting, whenever plow works on the strip on unplowed land, is called casting. So plowing a field by casting or gathering alone is normally uneconomical. So cost involved will be more. The following a few important methods used in tractor plowing. That is the continuous plowing methods, round and round plowing methods. So you can see the images for this gathering as well as casting over here. And to say about the continuous plowing method, which we are carrying by means of the tractor. In normal condition, the continuous plowing method is considered very convenient and economical. This method is usually used for tractor and plow. Never run idle for more than 3/4 land width along with the headland, and never turn in a space narrower than a quarter land width. In this method, first headland is marked and the first ridge is set up at 3/4 of the land width from the side. The other ridges are set at full width over the field. The operation starts plowing between the first ridge and the second side land. The operator continues to turn left and cast in the 3/4 land until a quarter land with the plowing is complete on each side. You can see the diagrams for this continuous plowing methods. And round plowing. In this method, the plow moves round and round a field. This system is adapted under conditions where ridges and furrows interfere with cultivation work. The field can be started various ways, starting at the center, starting at the outer ends. So round and round plowing can be carried out by these two methods. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you.